What's up, guys? I know it's kind of weird. You see light coming from one side, but not another. I'm sorry. I had to put something over the window. It's too bright. So, it's Jonathan with One Big Impact. If you're new here, pound the like button. Click the subscribe button. Go over to our group called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. Join us for the festivities. Blah. I don't even know what the hell that means. No, but seriously, be stronger than your excuses. T-shirts are in. The black ones right behind me over there are for sale. We have approximately 9 left, so you better hurry up and get yours today. I have 1 XL, I have 2 larges, 2 mediums, and a few smalls. So, really quick to kind of understand what this video is about. What am I doing wrong on Atkins? Why am I not losing weight on Atkins? Why am I low energy on Atkins? So many different things that I can incorporate into answering this question, but the single most important things are going to be as follows. I have 6 things, aka kind of 5, split into 6 things that I think are probably going to be the most important things. First of all, if you're on Atkins and you're not losing weight, message me, okay? Because you probably need to get started on a meal plan because you don't know what the hell you're doing. I'll get you started on a meal plan. I have different options, and the different options literally are based on the amount of weight that you need to lose. If you got 10 pounds to lose, maybe a 4-week plan will work. If you got 25, 30 pounds to lose, 8-week plan is going to be better. If you got 50 pounds or above, 16 weeks is going to be your route. I'm also an online personal trainer, and I'm not trying to blab about a bunch of stuff. I just try to get all that information out. I do online nutritional coaching. I have meal plans that are not Atkins. I have regular meal plans. I have bodybuilding meal plans. I have meal plans for people that have gout or diabetes or high blood pressure, all kinds of things available. And I do online nutritional coaching for $100 a month. And if you want to add personal training to that and do them tandemly, which I personally recommend because you can't have one without the other. Food and nutrition, food and nutrition. Nutrition and exercise. Okay, screwed that up. But it's $200 a month, which is significantly less than a lot of people, and they're both app access. So now that we got that out of the way, first and single most important thing when you're doing anything is having your calories in check and making sure that they're consistent. If you are under the impression that you need to be on Atkins, meaning you need to be low carb in order to lose weight, that's all fine and dandy, but the reality is just being low carb is not going to be enough. You're not going to be able to just lose weight because you're not eating carbohydrates. If I eat 5 steaks a day at 9 ounces and some cheese, granted, there's probably no carbs in that. There's no possible way that I'm going to lose weight if I am in a caloric surplus. It just does not freaking work. Okay? It's like continuously going to the gas station and filling up your car, filling up your car, filling up your car, and then wondering why the gas is never running out. Like, it never goes out completely because you're putting too much in. So it's the same thing like our bodies. If you're putting too many calories in and you're not expelling them, whether it's through exercise or through creating a caloric deficit for yourself, unfortunately, you're not going to lose weight. Now, the reason that this approach works so well, I wonder if it would be better. Oh, yeah, this looks better over there, huh? Yeah, look at that. The approach of, I'm going to see if I can do that. The approach of being low carb works so well for a few reasons, but I would say the main reason that it works so well is because the foods that you're eating are very satiating. The proteins take a long time to digest. The fats are very calorically dense, and they are also going to keep you full for an extremely long time. Now, another thing that people tend to get wrong a lot, and that's not going to reach. That's awesome. It's a good thing I brought that all the way over here for absolutely nothing. But, so if you don't have a basic understanding of, this is number 5, fat. How much fat am I supposed to have? How much is too much? How much is too little? I really can't go into all that fat right now. And the reason is because it would take forever to break down everybody's individual needs. Your needs are going to be completely different than somebody else's. And that's important too. What approach works for one person may or may not, most likely will not, work for you. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be like worried or whatever. It's just the way it is. I know I'm annoying you guys with the changing of the video location right in the middle of my video. Do you like how I did that? No, you're mad at me. I get it. You have every right to be. We're gonna get better lighting. Now you're way up there. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. Yeah, it looks better, right? Right? Okay. So the important thing is that you understand you need fat when you're low carb. And that's the common misconception. We're like all afraid of fats. We're all afraid of getting fat because we're eating fat. And that's really not the case. Your body has 2 main fuel sources that it prefers, preferred fuel source. The first one being glycogen, aka carbs, and the second one being fat. And if you don't have either, not only are you going to be super exhausted, super tired, you're like pushing not healthy, okay? Now, granted, protein through gluconeogenesis will also, because you see people doing the 0 carb thing, that's why that's working, is because your body will convert whatever it gets as well as it possibly can. I don't know how efficient it is, but it will convert proteins that way as well. I would venture to say that it's probably not the best idea. I would say either you go with carbs or you go low carb. I wouldn't go no carb. I just feel like it's going to take your body too long to be able to adapt. If you did that, maybe you would do it slowly or something to give it time. But fat is extremely important. It is your fuel source if you're not eating carbohydrates. And a lot of people will restrict that and say, oh, I'm not hungry, or they won't eat their fats or whatever. And then when they don't, all of a sudden they bottom out and they literally become ravenously hungry and eat all kinds of food. And that's just a horrible thing. Next thing is water. Because you're eating fats, most people go for cheeses. And cheeses will constipate a lot of people. And if you're not flushing your system with a good gallon of water a day, 7 or 8 water bottles a day, unfortunately, you're not going to be regular. You're not going to be using the restroom. You're not going to be hydrated. Your body's not going to be humming along at its preferred maximum potential. So, drink your damn water, period. If you've drank your water, everybody's like, oh, I can't pee this much. I'm peeing so much, blah, 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 blah. But if you're on point with drinking your water, you're a lot happier because you're losing weight. Think about it. Think about when that was, and think about how it was going versus how's it going now. It's easier said. Variation. Okay, so I'm like the king of anti-variation. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't really like switching anything. I don't really like switching my food. I work really well. You're going to come over here with me. Hold on. I got a better idea for this camera. I don't like switching my food in the sense of, because I like to go with the system and just stick with it and keep kind of plugging along. Because I feel personally I do really well with like a very bland meal plan. Less options to eat bad, less options to get off track, less options to screw up. And some people don't do really well with that. And the reason I'm saying variation is an important factor is for the main factor is going to be nutrients. Okay, so you are low carb, so you're going to become slightly, I don't want to say deficient. This works a lot better. Look at that, angle's way better. Oh my gosh, but this tripod sucks. There we go. That's better, right? I think it like literally would be better right there. We're working with what we got, okay? Maybe that angle. Is that better? That works. It's weird. Magnesium, potassium, sodium, you'll end up slightly deficient in some of those because if you're eating the same thing and doing the same thing over and over, you're not getting the rainbow effect of your nutrients. And that can be difficult on your body if you're not supplementing with the multivitamin. By the way, go buy your damn multivitamin, okay? If you need a link, let me know. So you'll become deficient because you get in a system. So variation is really good. If you do follow a meal plan for a while, say if you do it for a month, make sure you're supplementing your diet with, lots of electrolytes. Make sure you're adding in your salt and stuff like that, or else you're going to get headaches, muscle cramps, weakness, tiredness, and stuff like that. So make sure you're doing variation and mixing up your veggies and stuff like that to be able to get different vitamins, minerals, and micronutrients. The other thing is, obviously, like I said before, you need to be in a caloric deficit. That's why I said 5 versus 6, blah, 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 blah. If you're not in a deficit, you don't lose weight, period. Tracking. Tracking is the final one. The reason people I see are usually not losing weight, and I've done this myself, I'm not going to lie, like, I'm guilty of this. But I know when I'm doing it, I'm just winging it, okay? Tracking. You're on an Atkins app, you're on this app, you're on that app. Here's why that's ineffective. It's ineffective, first of all, because if you're picking up beef jerky from the store or you're grabbing some freaking random pork rinds and an energy drink and you're tracking this and you're tracking that, by the end of the day, you've literally eaten like a pile of junk this big. When your meal plans would be this big, like a big bag of food, of good quality whole foods, and that would consist of like proper amounts of protein, fat, and all that. So a lot of the times at the end of the day, you're trying to shovel all this stuff in your mouth to be able to hit your goals as far as whatever they are, like your fats, your proteins, or whatever. So then you're trying maybe to eat whole foods or mixing up, or you go to bed and you're like, screw it, I'm tired. And say one day you're in a deficit at 13, the next day you're at 17, the next day you're at 11, the next day you're at 500. That happens. And not being consistent with your food and not meal prepping is probably far more detrimental to your success as far as weight loss is concerned than it would be to overeat. Because if you overeat, at least your body knows it could take a crap and it's fine and it's not hungry or whatever, so your metabolism will keep going. But if you're not giving your body sustained energy sources throughout the day and you're working really hard and you're doing all these things, like your body's literally going to hold on to more rather than getting rid of waste. You got to remember, like, your body is defiant against losing weight. It's a perfectionist at keeping you alive. And if you're constantly starving it or not being consistent with what you're giving it, it's kind of like if you work a job and your boss is like, well, I'm going to pay you $50 this week, but next week I'm going to pay you $400. The week after that, I'm going to pay you $25. The week after that, I'm going to pay you $600. Like, that's not consistent. Nobody wants that, okay? Your body works the same way. It's not going to give good results. If you pay me $25 this week, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to be excited about my job. I'm not going to give you the results that you're looking for. Your body's the same damn way. Consistency, meal freaking prep. Because if you got 1,700 calories, Boom, 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 boom. Even at the worst case scenario, by the end of the week, you got those 1,700 calories. You're like, well, I didn't lose weight. Jonathan's wrong. Bullshit. I'm not wrong. Drop it down 100 calories. Actually, I would go 80. But drop it down 80 calories. See what happens. Next 7 days. Boom. What happened? Freaking magic. You lost weight, right? It's simple. It works like that. It's consistent. MyFitnessPal and stuff like that are great if you're like on a random road trip that you didn't have time to prep for, which is a freaking lie. You always have time to prep. You saw me go shopping in my fridge the other day and get all my stuff ready because that's why you meal prep. Because then you can just grab the stuff and go. You guys, I hope this video helped you out. These are some really easy things, but a lot of the times we really overlook them. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. Have a beautiful day. Like I said, go check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for Healthy Life. Have an amazing day. Bye.